Hello, everyone. I messed up the timer. How's everybody doing? Hello, Hiram, Kenla, Nichelle. Okay, so before we get started, people, let me talk to you about the meeting for the mods. Now, I sent out invitations to some of you for StreamYard for the meeting tomorrow at 12, but I'm going to have to send you a Zoom invitation because StreamYard only allows for 10 of us to be in the meeting at the same time. Okay? You only get 10 people, and there's way more mods than 10. Okay? So, oh, you did, Silent D? Okay, that's good. Yeah, so that all being said, like I was just saying, Silent D and Iyama at Bay. So I sent you guys invitations for the meeting tomorrow at 12 o'clock. But ignore that because I sent it from StreamYard. We can't do it on StreamYard because it only allows 12 of us to be in the meeting. So I'm going to send you a Zoom link later tonight, okay? So the meeting is still tomorrow at 12. So I'm going to send the invitations from Zoom. So ignore the StreamYards, okay? Because everybody won't be able to be in if we use that. All right. Hello, Woke One, Iyama at Bay, Howard, Dan Ruck, Sonia, Sierra, Lamarcus, Judah Queen. Okay, so I'm glad everybody is here. So let's get into it, people. Hello, Dervis, Rain Love. So listen, I'm sure many of you didn't know that our own government and also the CDC and Pentagon and all of them, yeah, they have a zombie preparedness plan. Now, you might want to ask yourself, why would we need a zombie preparedness plan? Hello, Tasha. Okay? Why would we need that, people? I'm just curious. So I started digging, trying to find out. But I brought the receipts in case anybody wants to try to say this is a conspiracy theorist, okay? A conspiracy theory. Nope, this is from the CDC. It says, and if you want to look this up yourself, it's on a website called the Atlantic.com Politics Archive. This article was published in 2011. But I have other information that's been updated to 2020, okay? December of 2020. So just a few months ago. So let's talk about it. And I also have 2 cases of people who were, in fact, zombies. All right? It's not a game, people. Now tell me that's not scary. You want to be walking around in the midst of the Walking Dead in real life? Please. Judah Queen says, oh, shite. Emma said, is that what the vac is? Is that what's in the vac? I hope not. I don't see mods highlighted in the chat. Oh, Hiram, I'm so glad you said that because I haven't made mods in this channel yet. All right, I have to make mods on this channel. I didn't get a chance to do that yet. Yes, it's crazy, right? We need a zombie plan because all of the drugs the CIA put out there. Hey, Bronze Flat Power King. Oh my goodness, Woke One, you need to cut it all the way out. So let's get into it, people. Why did the CDC develop a plan for a zombie apocalypse? This article was printed on, published May the 20th of 2011. Now, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention issued an unusual warning that a zombie apocalypse is coming, and you better be prepared. Okay? Rear Admiral Ali S, MD, who heads the CDC's Office of Public Health Preparedness and Response, wrote that the rise of zombie in pop culture has given credence to the idea that a zombie apocalypse could happen. In such a scenario, zombies would take over an entire country or entire countries, plural, roaming city streets, eating anything living that got in their way. The proliferation of this idea has led many to wonder, how do I prepare myself for a zombie apocalypse? Now, Khan recommends such standard disaster procedures as keeping water and bleach on hand and planning a family meeting place if disaster hits. Okay, that's so funny. Just start to watch. This is not hardly funny. Okay, but ladies, got my machete. Okay, I hope y'all got something. And you do know that zombies are already dead, right? So you would need a machete better than a gun, because a gun, that's not going to face them. You would literally have to probably cut off their heads or something to get rid of them. That's just what I'm thinking. Now, It says, which is great, but this leads us to the question, why is the CDC telling us to do this? Well, the zombie warning was the brainchild of David Daigle, who heads communications for the CDC's Preparedness Unit, now which has a $1.4 billion budget and is responsible for addressing public health concerns in the wake of major disasters like hurricanes and earthquakes. Most recently, the CDC, their disaster unit, helped out with Haiti's cholera outbreak and with radiation from Japan's Fukushima nuclear meltdown. They say we were talking about hurricane season, which begins in June. Now, I think about hurricane season, and we put out the same message every year. And I wonder if people even see those messages. Now, as a vehicle for spreading information about preparedness plans, Daigle said the CDC is learning that zombie themes and viral social media marketing are very effective. The zombie post marked the first time the CDC used Facebook and Twitter to launch a preparedness campaign, not tied or reacting to any specific disaster. Now, so far, he said it's been a success. He said, we have a great message here about preparedness, and I don't have to tell you that preparedness and public health are not the sexiest topics. We posted it on a Monday, and by Wednesday, the server had crashed. With 30,000 views, the zombie warning had seen triple the traffic a CDC's preparedness warning typically got over a 10-day span. I thought it would get more pickup if I used zombies, but what we're seeing is incredible. The CDC is now hosting a video contest for zombie preparedness messages. The CDC's tactics using a popular topic, pushing it out through social media, asking readers to participate, have been used by media outlets, companies, and political campaigns for years. But the CDC is just now discovering their virtues. So basically, they were saying when they put, my sister-in-law told me about it. Queen, I'm on the second episode now. Okay. Thank you, Kenla. Listen, so here's the thing. They're saying that they put out that zombie preparedness thing because they were really talking about preparing for other disasters like earthquakes and hurricanes. Okay, pay attention. They said because when they put out preparedness information about hurricanes and earthquakes, nobody really reads them. So they just put out something about zombies. I want y'all to pay attention, okay? And then y'all see if y'all think that's why they put it out, because they were talking about hurricanes and earthquakes. So now that's one article. And this one, as I told you, was written in 2011. But you do remember the first recorded zombie attack that we heard about here in America, well, at least the one that I heard about, was in 2012, a year later, or maybe months later. But hold on, before we even get into that. Here's another one. Because if the CDC was just putting that out there just to trick people so they would be knowing about the hurricanes and earthquakes, why did the Pentagon do the same thing? I'm so curious. And why did I see a documentary talking about declassified information from military about zombie apocalypse? I'm just wondering. Hold on. Let me get this other article. That is from 2020. Here it is. This is also from the CDC. It's found on express.co.uk, News Science. It says zombie apocalypse, the real life plan CDC has for zombie outbreak. Better safe than sorry. Serial killers that eat people are zombies too, pretty much. Okay, so they say the zombie apocalypse might seem like a Hollywood invention, but real life scientists have devised a plan should a viral outbreak ever cause the dead to rise. Now I want y'all to pay attention. Now you see, when they put that article out in 2011, when they first started having that plan about zombie apocalypse preparedness, what did they say? I'm sorry. Did I hear myself right when I read it? Didn't they say that they only used the word zombie because that was a part of pop culture and that gets people's attention, especially on social media outlets, and that they had more people reading that and clicking on likes and all the comments and everything than ever before? They got 30,000 views because they used the word zombie when they were talking about preparedness for hurricanes and earthquakes. So they really weren't talking about zombies according to them. But now, years later, on Thursday, December the 3rd, 2020, they say the zombie apocalypse might seem like a Hollywood invention, but real-life scientists have devised a plan should a viral outbreak ever cause the dead to rise. Say what now? Somebody said who? So The Walking Dead is now a reality show? I mean a real life show. It looks that way, right? What? And let me tell you something. All those so-called missing people. Look at that. Okay, Nikisha. So with that all being said, this is really no laughing matter, people. Pay attention. Now let me continue. What kind of virus or viral outbreak would make the dead rise? I'm just wondering. I'm just curious. Now they go on to say the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, i.e. the CDC, appears fairly confident it knows what to do in the event of a zombie apocalypse. According to Hollywood, all it takes is one victim to contract a virus that turns humans into the walking dead for the entire globe to stand on the brink of collapse. And as the coronavirus pandemic has shown us this year, say who? Diseases can get out of hand and spread across long distances rapidly. Research Fort Detrick. Thank you, Bangani. Let me write that down. Are y'all getting this? I don't even think white Jesus can fix this. Woke one said, I am legend. Oh, yes, honey. That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay? Fort Detrick is near Maryland, and they test biological chemicals. Oh, okay. Whew, this is all so crazy, people. Hold on. Let me continue. Somebody said C19. Okay? So, they go on to say that the CDC has therefore drafted a contingency plan explaining what to do if a zombie outbreak ever occurs. Oh, they ain't got to tell me what to do, honey. If a zombie outbreak occurs, I'm shooting everything I see. I don't know if you living with me, if you're really alive, or if you rose from the dead and just acting like it. I'm not taking chances. I'm fearing my life. I don't care who I see. Okay? Ladies, taking no chances. Isn't that where Fauci worked on AIDS? I don't know. Oh, I do not know. I am from Maryland, and I did not know of them years back. Told everybody with all their zombie shows. Yes, Pimp Jack, predictive programming. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I don't even watch that show, The Walking Dead, because I think it's so gross. So, for somebody like me who can't even watch that stuff on TV, to literally see it roaming the streets, are you kidding me? Please. So anyway, let me continue. So they go on to say they have drafted a contingency plan explaining what to do if a zombie outbreak ever occurs. According to some scientists, the zombification, that's what they call it. I didn't know that was a word. Zombification of living beings already exists in nature. And similar infections may even affect humans when they outbreak. The flesh eating occurred a few years back. The media said bath salts, the conspiracy theory truth, is a biological chemical got released and it was responsible for that. Wow, Bangani, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm going to talk about that. And I knew that it wasn't bath salts because I saw a documentary or something where they were talking about the toxicology reports. Said that guy had nothing in his system other than marijuana. And there was another case of somebody doing something similar, and they had nothing in their system either, according to toxicology reports. So they go on to say that these similar infections may affect humans. Rear Admiral Ali S, former director of the CDC's Office of Public Health, Preparedness, and Response, explained in 2011 the protocols the CDC has in place for a zombie outbreak. Yeah, they explained it, and then, like I said, they tried to act like it was for hurricanes and earthquakes. Now, in a blog post titled Preparedness 101, Zombie Apocalypse, he said, it's called Preparedness. Yeah, Preparedness 101, Zombie Apocalypse. I read that blog too. It says, you may laugh now, but when it happens, you'll be happy you read this. And hey, maybe you'll even learn a thing or two about how to prepare for a real emergency. Now, according to Dr. Khan of the CDC, he says the CDC will respond to a zombie outbreak much in the same way it responds to a disease or a viral threat. He said, if zombies did start roaming the streets, CDC would conduct an investigation much like any other disease outbreak. Now, the CDC would provide technical assistance to cities, states, or international partners dealing with a zombie infestation. Infestation, people, just imagine. Like a bunch of them just roaming around like roaches. Now, this assistance might include consultation, lab testing and analysis, patient management and care, tracking of contacts and infection control, including isolation and quarantine. Now, let me tell y'all something. How much money did y'all want to bet that if something like that did happen, they would blame it on Black people and start trying to put us in quarantine, talking about isolation and quarantine? Oh, the Black people are infested with zombification. You know they would, right? That's the first thing they say. Black people are the ones disproportionately likely to become zombies. I can hear it all now. That's my opinion. So now they say the CDC's primary goal would be to investigate the virus source, its transmission routes, and how readily it spreads. The CDC scientists would then work towards synthesizing a cure, if possible, then aided by other U.S. federal agencies. Now, Dr. Khan has also outlined things people at home can do during the zombie apocalypse, such as preparing vital supplies to weather the storm. In a section titled Better Safe Than Sorry, Dr. Khan said, so what do you need to do before zombies or hurricanes or pandemics, for example, actually happen? They said, first of all, you should have an emergency kit in your house. That's a lot of help. An emergency kit? That's all you're going to say? Please. This includes things like water, food, and other supplies to get you through the first couple of days. I've told you all this numerous of times when I gave you your lifelines. Okay? They say you should have extra food, water, and supplies to get you through the first couple of days before you can locate a zombie-free refugee camp. Or in the event of a natural disaster, it will buy you some time until you're able to make your way to an evacuation shelter or utility lines are restored. The zombie emergency kit should include a gallon of water per person per day, a stockpile of non-perishable food, medication, prescription and non-prescription, tools like utility knives, duct tape, battery-powered radios, sanitation and hygiene equipment, blankets, and a change of clothing for each family member, important documents such as passports, birth certificates, driver's licenses, first aid supplies, to treat basic wounds like cuts and bites. Oh, you're definitely going to need that, because the last thing you want to do, if there's a zombie walking around somewhere, many of them, you don't want to be walking around dripping blood if you have any type of cut or whatever. Sounds like the dark winter. Sounds worse than if you ask me, Nikisha. Garrett says anything is possible. Yes, absolutely so, especially when you have nefarious people in place doing all sorts of things that they have no business doing, trying to change the world, the earth, right? Creation and all of those things. Yes, anything absolutely can happen. Because if there is a zombie apocalypse, I'm sure somebody will have created whatever causes it. It wouldn't just be something that comes from nature, naturally. Once you have prepared your emergency kit, Dr. Khan advised identifying what sort of emergencies could occur in your area, such as earthquakes, floods, or tornadoes. He says you should then pick a meeting place where you can safely gather or evacuate with your family. I'm not meaning any damn body. The family could be zombies for all I know. How am I supposed to trust them? Please. No thanks. I'll do it on my own. Make a list of emergency contacts, including your local police department and fire brigade. I'm definitely not doing that. Finally, plan an evacuation route that will safely keep you away from zombies. Dr. Khan also said you can also implement this plan if there is a flood, an earthquake, or other emergency. Now, I'll use it for those things, floods or emergencies, but I'm not using any of that for a zombie apocalypse. What I'm not going to do is be calling up somebody like, hey, auntie, yeah, you want to meet me at the spot because the zombies are out. She's on the other phone like, yeah, sure. No, thanks. Police miss me with it, okay? Dreadful, people. Build a fire around your house for the zombie. Police will shoot us and give the zombies medicine. Okay, you know they would. Oh, especially if the zombies were Mayo and they'd say so, okay? Police. I'm taking no chances, people. I'm out, okay? Like lights. They can miss me with that, honey. Call the police. Yeah, okay. We'll see how that works out for you. You might be better off fighting the zombies than calling them. I'm just saying, please. Okay? So here's one about the Pentagon. Pentagon ready for zombie apocalypse. David says either we'll be the zombies or slaves. Exactly. Oh, they'll say we're the zombies even if we aren't. Okay? I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to save y'all the trouble. Because, you know, when you do become a zombie, going to be looting all over. You know, I guess the only thing we can say, not Tabasco. Listen, all I'm going to say is this. If any of y'all should turn into zombies and decide to eat me, please make sure you don't use hot sauce. And if you do, make sure it's Texas Pete. Okay? Police, how crazy is this? Zombie. Oh, this is also crazy. Remember that girl who got attacked in Harlem? Didn't that guy try to bite her eye? Yes. I didn't even think about that, Siobhan. Yes, absolutely. If I get bit, kill me. F that. I know, right? I'm gonna kill my own damn self. And look, because you know once they bite you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You might as well just go on and kill yourself, because if not, you're going to be eating somebody next. Right? Police. I'm just going to take myself out at that point. They'll say that we are more likely to become zombies. That's what I said, Merlin. You know they will. Oh, the black people, because they have high blood pressure, diabetes, and all those things, and high cholesterol. Yeah, they're disproportionately becoming zombies. We're going to have to kill them or put them in concentration camps because they're all infested with zombifications. Police. Okay, I can hear it now. Whew. I can hear it all now. The zombie, and this article came out May the 14th of 2014. It is on CNBC.com. It's called The Zombie Apocalypse is Nigh, and the Pentagon is ready. Everybody's ready but us, because I didn't know anything about any of this. Did you all know that we were in the midst of a potential zombie attack? I don't know anything. Yes, Bungani, I believe that. Blow torches. Yes, Michelle. Friday aces. I had to stop doing dishes. I'm over here dying laughing. Okay. Queen is laughing now, but if she get a straight knock on her door tonight, things gonna get serious. Oh my goodness. Why did you wish that on me? You devil. Oh my goodness. I'm going to call a friend, honey, because I'm here by myself too. I just hope these zombies don't run fast. We are too busy fighting the white zombies. I don't eat my medium rare. And I don't mess with sushi. I'll be damned if I eat human flesh raw. No to the ma'am. Let me tell you something, honey. If you become a zombie, that'll be the best cuisine you ever thought you had. Trust me, okay? Haven't you seen those movies? Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, all of it. Oh, it's all so crazy. The Walking Dead. Notice all the zombie movies have the word dead in there. Please. Fans of The Walking Dead can breathe a sigh of relief. The United States federal government has a contingency plan in the unlikely event that zombies overrun the country. Say what now? Did they say overrun? Meaning that there'll be more of them than there are of us? Let me tell y'all something. Did y'all ever see this old movie that came out in the 70s called Dawn of the Dead? And I think they remade it with Mekhi Phifer. I'm pretty sure they did. Y'all need to watch that movie. Because that's what this is all starting to sound like, people. That could have been a precursor to the end, as far as we know. The one Brad Pitt played in some years ago was crazy as hell. I saw that one too. I can't remember the name of it. This is getting scary, people. Now, I know we're supposed to be on here talking about paranormal stuff. This is all getting a bit too fishy for me. They were in the mall. Yes, Pimpy Jack, that's it. They were in the mall. Yes. Oh, my goodness, that movie was scary. From dusk till dawn. I thought that was about vampires by Quentin Tarantino. I'm talking about Dawn of the Dead. That was about straight zombies. Family better turn the lights on and notify me who they are or they get blasted. Oh my goodness, World War Z. That's it, World War Z. That's the one with Brad Pitt. Yes, I saw that. Oh my goodness, this is also crazy. You know what? Now I'm starting to think that all those zombie movies and that show Walking Dead were merely predictive programming. Because I did not know that they literally had an entire zombie apocalypse plan. I didn't find this out until Dominique Devereaux, my moderator, told me this the other day. Matter of fact, texted me and said that there was some show that was on where they were talking about how they had the declassified documents from the military and all of that stuff. And they had these investigators and all that, and they were showing all this stuff, and they were talking about these cases. And I was like, wait, what? So I didn't know anything about this stuff. This is all so crazy. And just think about how many other people don't know. Now listen to this. It says, the government has a contingency plan in the unlikely event zombies were to overrun the country. According to a report in Foreign Policy magazine, the Defense Department, with a 2014 budget of more than $500 billion, maintains a disaster preparation document called CONOP 8888, and that's CONOP 8888. And that's obviously an anagram because it's all capitalized. It says, which in fact is a zombie survival plan. It was developed to train commanders in the art of strategizing for a catastrophe. Foreign Policy bills it as a how-to guide for military planners trying to save the population from onslaught of the undead. Now, the zombie offensive is part of the DoD calls fictional contingency planning guide that tasks military commanders to come up with a blueprint to preserve non-zombie humans from the threat posed by a zombie horde. Foreign Policy reported citing an unclassified Pentagon document. This is straight from the Pentagon, people. Now, without a hint of irony, DoD calls the plan counter-zombie dominance and added in the disclaimer section that this plan was not actually designed as a joke. The worst case threat scenario, according to the plan, would be high transmissibility, meaning it would be very contagious. So if one person gets the infection that causes them to be a zombie, it will spread like wildfires, basically what they're saying. Legions of the undead infecting humans rapidly with little way to counter rapidly multiplying hordes of zombies. People, y'all better start building bunkers. I thought the opioid addicts were the Walking Dead. Y'all need to cut it all the way out. People can leave, but it will be to keep us safe, especially at night. We need skills. Sierra said, just like the movies. Absolutely. This all of a sudden isn't funny anymore, people. That's all I'm going to say about that. So then they go on to say, according to Foreign Policy, military strategists assigned to Omaha's U.S. Strategic Command wrote the document in April of 2011 as part of a game plan to protect citizens against any kind of threat. To protect citizens against any kind of threat. To protect citizens from any kind of threat. Black people, That doesn't mean us. You know they don't consider us citizens, right? Read your Constitution. So when they say protect citizens from any kind of threats, they're not talking about our black ISIS. In fact, like I said, they'll likely say we're the zombies, whether you are or not. And here's the thing. If they say we're the zombies, we likely will be. Because whatever virus is released would just so conveniently attach itself to melanated people. I'm just going out on a limb. That's my opinion. That's my opinion, okay? Now, planners realize that training examples for plans must accommodate the political fallout that occurs if the general public mistakenly believes a fictional training scenario is actually a real plan, the plan's authors wrote. They added that we elected to use a completely impossible scenario that could never be mistaken for a real plan. Now, a spokesperson for U.S. Strategic Command distanced the Pentagon from the document, telling Foreign Policy in a statement that Zombie Plan was merely a training tool that uses a fictional training scenario. Pay attention. This document is not a U.S. Strategic Command plan. Pay attention. They said that the documents is merely a training tool that uses a fictional training scenario. Pay attention. They said the training scenario is fictional. Did they say those damn zombies was fictional? That's what they didn't say. Please pay attention. Okay? Because they didn't say anything about the zombies were fictional. They said the training plan was fictional. And note earlier, as I was reading it, let me go back to that part. Hold on. I'm looking for that part where they specifically said it was not fictional when they were talking about the zombies. Now, the plan could be. Pay attention to how they use tricks on words. I can't find it. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Listen to this. Without a hint of irony, DOD plans calls the plan counter zombie dominance and added in the disclaimer section, this plan was not actually designed as a joke. The worst case scenario threat is, according to the plan, would be high transmissibility, legions of the undead infecting humans rapidly with little way to counter rapidly multiplying hordes of zombies. What does hordes mean? Packs of them? Police. Now let's talk about these zombie incidences that occurred in Florida, because there were two that I know of. The first one is the black guy. Let's talk about him. Police killed a black zombie. Hold on, people. This one is so disgusting. I'm not even going to show y'all the pictures that came with it. It was really gross. I'm so serious. Ugh, those pictures were terrible. Bath salts, drugs suspected in Miami. I think this is one of the articles. Now listen to this. Now this is the story they first said when this happened, people. They lied and said it was bath salts, okay? Bath salts, drugs suspected in Miami face eating attack, May 30th of 2012. Listen to this. More is becoming known about one of the most horrific crimes we've heard about recently. The attack in Miami on Saturday, during which a man was biting off another man's face. The attacker, Rudy Eugene, was shot dead by police who pleaded with him to stop, but got only growls in response, according to reports. Eugene was known as the Miami Zombie. Now, the victim, Ronald Papo is in critical condition and fighting for his life. He was homeless and living under a causeway. Now there's a theory emerging that Eugene was high on bath salts. This is what NPR's Greg Allen reported. Said they are a drug that produces a meth-like high and sometimes violent behavior in users. Armando Aguila, president of the Miami Fraternal Order of Police, says the similarity between the face-eating attack and some of the most recent incidents in Miami are striking. The cases are similar, minus a man eating another. Now, people taking off their clothes, people suddenly have superhuman strength. This is what Aguilar said. They become violent and they are burning up from the inside. Their organs are reaching a level that most would die. By the time police approach them, they are a walking dead person. Say what now? Yeah, so they're zombies. Now listen. Someone said they hadn't heard of bath salts. And then they said, well, in January, NPR's Nancy Shute wrote for the shots that it was some type of drug. Says it's relatively a new problem. The name covers real synthetic chemicals, including methadone and MDPV, short for methyloxydeoxyribovalerone. I hope I said that right. They give a stimulant high effect similar to meth or cocaine. Now, the stuff is sold under names like Vanilla Sky or Ivory Wave. The Drug Enforcement Administration invoked emergency powers in October in order to make the drug illegal. Why would that ever be legal? That sounds crazy. Now, DEA says people who abuse this substance have reported agitation, insomnia, irritability, dizziness, depression, paranoia, delusion, suicidal thoughts, seizures, and panic attacks. Users have also reported effects including impaired perception of reality, reduced motor control, and decreased ability to think clearly. Now, the CBC News today writes, John, a Nova Scotia man who says his first big trip on bath salts was in February. He was strung out on the drug for 8 days with virtually no sleep until he crashed. He says the feeling was scary, even for an experienced drug user. He says, felt like I wanted to kill me or kill somebody else. Horrible feelings of sketchiness, constantly looking over my shoulder or peeking out around your curtains or windows, hiding under blankets. Now, at 8:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on May 31st, the girlfriend of Eugene, the guy who was the zombie, she said he was either drugged or cursed. She says the man being depicted by the media as a face eater or as a monster is not the man that she knew. She says he smoked marijuana often, though he had recently said he wanted to quit that. But he didn't use stronger recreational drugs and even refused to take over the counter medication for simple ailments like headaches. He was sweet and well-mannered. Eugene's girlfriend has her own theory on what happened that day. She believes Eugene was drugged unknowingly. The only other explanation, she said, was supernatural, that someone put a voodoo curse on him. The girlfriend, who unlike Eugene is not Haitian, but he's Haitian, or he was Haitian. She said that she never believed in voodoo until now. She says, I don't know how else to explain this. Meanwhile, the victim will require months of treatment to rebuild his features, and he will be permanently disfigured. Yes, that man looks horrible. Oh my God, I never saw anything so gross. I would not dare show that picture on here. But let me say this. Two-Tone called Cut It Out. It's not about weed, honey. Trust me. He was smoking weed, but let me tell you something. He didn't take those bath salts like they thought, because like I said, I saw this documentary on it, and they said when they checked his, did the toxicology report, the only thing he had in his system was marijuana, and marijuana's never made anybody act violent, stupid, crazy, or anything like that, okay? So that's not what that was. You know what I think it was? I agree with her that it was something supernatural. That's just what I think. Because even if it was a drug that they gave you or something they sprayed in the air, that draws demonic entities. You see, when people abuse drugs, and I told you all this before on the same channel, when people abuse drugs or alcohol or engage in porn or other abominations and things like that, that draws these demons out, okay? No, I'm not going to show that. That's what I'm not going to do, okay? No, no, and no. It is gross. I don't even want to see it. And I definitely don't want it on my video, but I would have to look at it anytime I send this video to my, no. If anything, I will give y'all the link to where y'all can go and see it, okay? I'll put the link in the chat, because who's not going to show it is me. It is completely gross. Now, if you don't mind puking, and if you don't want to eat for the rest of your life, just go ahead and look. All right? Just go ahead and look, because it is clearly gross. Hold on, because I'm about to put the link in the chat. Oh, my goodness. I don't know why y'all want to see this. Oh, my gosh. Yep, I don't ever want to see it again. I'm not even going to look at it while I'm getting this link off of here, just so you know. Okay? Now, I already saw it too, Queen, and I'd rather not watch again. I know that's right, Blackfoot, please, okay? I mean, you can't tell some people. Bungani said, I don't. I know that's right. But you can't tell somebody. You can't tell some people anything, right? Curiosity killed the cat. Now go ahead and have your fun and look at that. It is gross. Dominique says he heard demons growling in his ear when he took the original green NyQuil for a cold years ago. See, that's what I'm telling you. Drugs will make you see demons. They will draw them to you. I'm telling you. It's the truth. And you know why they say crazy people have the strength of 10 men, or they say people high on certain drugs have all that superhuman strength? Because it's literally superhuman. It's demonic. Okay? That's what it is. They are possessed by demons. Okay? I've studied demonology long enough to know. That's what it is. I'm good. I will take your word. It says smiles left forever. I know that's the truth. Bungani said, burn some sage. Okay, please. Clearly, that's what I need to do soon as I get off of here. Oh, my goodness. So anyway, let's talk about this other person who bit somebody's face off. Then I'm going to wrap this up because I have another live to do. True crime is coming up at 8 o'clock, people, 8 p.m. True crime. And I'm going to be discussing the zebra killings, or the zebra murders. It's where a group of Black people got so sick and tired of being sick and tired and fed up, mad about how they were being treated and how Black people were being treated. And they just started going around randomly killing white people. This happened like in the 70s. So I don't know if any of you have heard of that, but it was real crazy. But they call it the zebra killings. Only 2 of them are still alive. And I think they tried to go up for parole or something like that. And of course, they were denied. But anyway. Late, but I'm Black. Okay. Well, at least you made it. Okay, so this one, listen to this. Now, this was a white person that did the same thing that Black guy did. So just to let you know, whatever it is making these people turn into these zombies, it obviously doesn't discriminate. FSU student eating man's face at double murder scene may have been on hallucinogenic drugs, investigators say. No, he wasn't on no drugs, because when they did his toxicology report too, they said he wasn't on drugs. And that's why I'm telling these stories on the, no, but I'm ready for a queen. Okay, Kimba. No, but that's why I'm telling these stories on the paranormal channel, because Manson is dead, but one of his family members, Bruce, I can't remember his last name, Bruce West or something like that. Yeah, he's going up for parole. Yep, he sure is. Now, here's the thing. Let me show y'all the picture of this guy who chewed this man's face off. It's all so crazy. But like I was saying, the reason I'm talking about these stories on the paranormal channel is because there's no explanation. There's no known explanation, shall I say, because they keep saying they think they did drugs, bath salts, or whatever, but then toxicology reports show that they didn't do any of those things. So what would make them do that? Was the military spraying something? Was it demonic possession? I'm just saying. It's all very crazy. That's him. This happened in August of 2016. Just a few years after the other incidents. Now let's see what happened in this case. A 19-year-old Florida State University, and pay attention, both these incidents happened in Florida, people. Both happened in Florida. A 19-year-old Florida State University student with no criminal record fatally stabbed a couple at random outside of their house, wounded their neighbor, and was biting the dead man's face when deputies arrived to finally subdue him. This is what authorities said. Now, mind you, they didn't kill him. Now, he's already killed 2 people, stabbed, wounded another, and biting somebody's face off. But the police, they never fear for their lives. Please pay attention. Now, Austin Haroff, a former high school student, football defensive lineman and wrestler, may have been on hallucinogenic drugs when he attacked Michelle Michon, age 53, and John Stevens, age 59, outside of their home in Tequesta. Martin County Sheriff's William Schneider reported this. Now, the sheriff said Haroff had joined his family for dinner at a restaurant a short distance away when he stormed off, apparently agitated about a slow service. His parents were so worried by his behavior that they called police and some of his fraternity brothers in a futile attempt to find him before the attack. Now, about 45 minutes later, he apparently targeted a couple at random, says the sheriff. He says it's inexplicable. One of the first things we try to do to a crime scene is to try to understand the motive of the offender, because it is the motive of the offender that gets us going in the right direction. Now, in this case, we couldn't establish a motive. I don't know. Snyder said late Tuesday that Haroff his condition deteriorated and he might not survive. Now, earlier, Snyder and said Haroff suffered bruises, dog bites, and cuts, and had been jolted with a stun gun during his altercation with deputies. He is being held under guard at a hospital and has not been formally charged. That was at that time. Now, Snyder said Haroff stormed out of the nearby Duffy's, a popular sports bar and restaurant, at around 8:30 p.m. on Monday. He said he would be rescuer identified by family as Jeff Fisher, age 47, called 911 at 9:20 p.m. To report the attack, which apparently began in the garage where the couple liked to sit at night. So picture it, you're sitting there minding your own business, soaking up the night air in your garage. Someone random that you don't even know comes up, starts stabbing you. And then they say, I think he had a knife. This is what Fisher told the 911 operator in a tape of the call on that Tuesday. He was breathing heavily and bleeding profusely. Fisher told the dispatcher the assailant had attacked a woman who was lying motionless in the driveway, and then him when he tried to intervene. When asked if he knew the man, he said, I have no idea. Now, Fisher's father, Steve Fisher, told WPTV his son was stabbed 5 times, once in the neck, 3 times in the back, and once in the side. He was expected to survive. Now, a sophomore majoring in exercise science, Haroff is muscular. Rosters from Suncoast Community High School in Riviera Beach listed him as being 6 feet tall and 200 pounds. But a football teammate said his lack of aggression frustrated the coaches. The coaches would always try to get him to get mad and play angry, but he never had it in him. I didn't think he would ever hurt a fly. This is what quarterback Matt Dane said. Now, when the first deputy arrived at the couple's home, she used her taser on Haroff, but it didn't seem to faze him. She tried pulling him off of Stevens's body, but she couldn't. Other deputies arrived along with a dog, and it took all of them to subdue Haroff. Now, Snyder said he didn't shoot, fearing their bullets would strike the victim. Clearly, the victim was already dead. Please miss me with it. Now, the suspect in this case was abnormally strong. like a demon. Snyder said he was very strong, making him think Horroff was on drugs. He said hospital blood tests showed no signs of methamphetamine, cocaine, heroin, or other common drugs. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Wade Horroff, a dentist, that's the boy's father, declined to comment about his son's arrest. It is unknown whether he had obtained an attorney at that point. Stevens died in the driveway. Michonne was found dead in the garage. Stevens' autopsy showed he died of multiple stab wounds and blunt force trauma. Michonne's autopsy had not been completed. Stevens owned a lawn service, and the couple enjoyed boating. His wife and daughter of former North Miami Beach Mayor Jeff Michonne. Hold on. Couple enjoyed boating. His wife was the daughter of former North Miami Beach Mayor Jeff Michonne. Now, John and Michelle were the nicest people. This is what a neighbor said. She said they would sit in the garage with the door open while watching television and wave and talk to passersby while their Labrador Retriever played in the yard. She said they would drive around the neighborhood in their golf cart with the dog sitting with them. It was the cutest thing. Let me tell you something. And then somebody said Flacca had a brief burst of notoriety in the late 2014, 2015, primarily in South Florida. But its usage quickly waned after stories circulated about users' deaths and mental breakdowns, and a crackdown was carried out in China, where it had been manufactured. I remember Flacca, but since he didn't have any drugs in his system, it clearly wasn't that. Now, in May of 2012, Rudy Eugene, age 31, was shot and killed by Miami police after he attacked a homeless man at the MacArthur Causeway and gnawed off much of his face. Bath salts were suspected in that rampage, though toxicology tests indicated otherwise. The homeless man survived. I told you it was not drugs. These people were not on drugs. The first thing I thought was that they were on PCP, because PCP will make people act like that, have superhuman strength and all of that, clearly turned them into demons. But it wasn't any drugs in their systems. So what made them act like this, people? What could it have been? Also crazy. See, the Walking Dead has risen. Remember that man on Miami Beach who was eating a man's face, said, see, it's fast food. It's that fast food. I doubt it's fast food. If that was the case, plenty of people would be walking around doing that. But we talked about that story, Davida. You must have chimed in late. So that all being said, people, that is so crazy, right? No explanation. Siobhan Blue says chemtrails. Again, if it was chemtrails, I think more people would be doing it, because the chemtrails cover numerous neighborhoods, right? The living dead. I think it's something. I think it was the demon. Yes, that's what I think it was. I think it's demonic possession. Clearly. I think it's demonic possession, especially when they say, let me say something. Everything that I've studied about demonology, that's what it all sounds like. That's what it all sounds like, okay? It all sounds like demonic possession, especially when they come talking about the superhuman strength. And let me tell you something. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this real quick. The video when he was attacking that guy. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Because let me tell you something. The way he was attacking that guy, and when the cops shot him, the black guy, when the cops shot him the first time, all he did was turn around and give him a mean look and growled. Exactly. It's that demonic time music. Yes, that they listen to. Absolutely, Davida. I think so. Let's get the lights up, people. Let's get the lights up. And for those of you who have not subscribed to the channel, Queen Amadai TV presents The Root of All Evil, you need to subscribe to that channel, because I'm going live on there, right? I'm going live on there tonight. I think this might be the video here. Okay, hold on, people. I'm going to share this on here. Now, this is the black guy when he attacked that homeless man. Now, watch his response as the police shoots him. Okay, this isn't the one I was looking for. The one I was looking for was when he was literally on top of the guy. I saw it the other day. And the cop shot him, and he just turned around and gave him a dirty look and growled and turned right back around and kept eating that man's face. Okay? So crazy. Let me see if this is it real quick. This is the man whose face he ate up. This is how the man looks now after all these many surgeries that he had.
Contributing and helping out. People in my predicament need to be helped out. And I'm sure there's other people also that have the same type of predicament. I thank the outpouring of people in the community. I will always be grateful for that.
Mr. Popo lost his left eye, nose, and surrounding skin when a naked man attacked him for no reason. The culprit, 31-year-old Rudy Eugene, was shot dead by a Miami police officer at the scene. Following the attack, Mr. Popo spent almost a month in hospital before being transferred to a long-term care centre.
Yeah. That was grisly. Just like the demon possessed that woman, bit that man next in the movie Legion. I don't think I saw that. OMG, that's horrific. Yes, it is. So anyway, people, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. Hold on. Let me see something. People. I don't even remember what, it seems like I had another, hold on. Okay, so I got one at 8 o'clock. Hold on. Okay, we got to get on the ball, people, because I'm doing the true crime at 8 o'clock, and then at 8:40, I'm doing the root of all evil. So if you haven't subscribed to the root of all evil channel, let me just go ahead and give y'all the link, because I'm going to be talking about the Bellamy brothers. There were two black cops, and they were bank robbers at the same time. Okay? That's what they were doing. They're robbing banks at the same time. Okay, so this is the link to the root of all evil. But right now, I'm going to be on Authentic Black Goddess TV for True Crime Saturdays as per usual. After that video is done, which it should take me like 30 or 40 minutes, and then I'm going straight into the root of all evil. Queen Amadai TV presents the root of all evil. With that all being said, I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. I hope to see you write black in the chats. And if not, that's fine. Just enjoy the rest of your night. Until next time, Black family, I will talk to you all again soon.